Well, I got a message in the mail today from Advantage, which is the Federal Student Loan Servicer. And especially if you want to consolidate your loans and stuff. But anyway, I got this. I knew it was coming because I had received an email from studentloan.gov from the federal government, and saying I had the option to opt out of loan forgiveness, which of course I didn't do, so I let it go. And today I got this message. Of course, it's not on the official stationery. I just copied and pasted it so my name and address wouldn't show up. But it says, congratulations, the U.S. Department of Education has forgiven your federal student loans listed below with Advantage in full. The forgiveness is effective as of 12/31/25. Loan program disbursement date, and it was 4/25/24. $7,382.19, and then same date, $4,750.77. The original, as an aside, the original loan was about $7,500. So this other amount is basically, that's all the capitalization on it. And that loan was taken out in 1998 and 1999 because I had paid for all my education, my undergrad degree and almost all of my grad degree. But when it came to student teaching, I had to have money for expenses and stuff, living expenses while I was student teaching. So I took out a loan. And then all of that was well and good, but then of course, I got illegally terminated in Reno almost 20 years ago now. And I ended up taking a bunch of deferments and forbearances, and I used those all up. And then around 10 years ago, I went on the income-based repayment plan. And so some years I didn't pay anything because my income was pathetically low. And then more recent years, I've paid pretty much what I would pay. So anyway, that's the aside, but here it goes. What you need to know. Here are some important points on this IDR forgiveness. Due to the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the balance of your loans that were forgiven is not considered taxable income for federal income tax purposes. That's good news, because I was kind of wondering if I was going to have to pay. Since state and local tax implications will vary, we recommend you contact a tax advisor for more information. Not all your federal student loans may be represented in the table above, as you may have begun repaying each loan on a different date. And that is all my loans, because they were consolidated. If you have federal student loans that are not included in the table, please continue to make payments on them. You can find your personal loan details through your account on our website in your studentaid.gov account. To find options that help with repayment, visit studentaid.gov. We have notified or will notify all national credit bureaus of your student loan forgiveness. If applicable, we will process a refund for any payments, and they've made toward the loans listed above, after the effective date of this forgiveness. And then notice this letter is not an attempt to collect a debt or a demand for any payment. So they had wanted my address verified, and because I overpaid, so I should get some of that money back, at least from the first 3 months of this year. But that's damn good news. That is great news. And I mean, this was one of the really, it almost sounds pathetic, but this is one of the happiest days of my life. I mean, there's some things going on in my life that, with family, that are, you know, not too good. But this was sure a great thing. And I have to thank President Biden for this, that he made this possible. And it's still wrangling in the courts about student loan forgiveness. I'll put this link here. And this was from a few days ago from Forbes, and it says student loan forgiveness may be about to accelerate after big legal update. And it said the Education Department is currently in the process of implementing a surge in student loan forgiveness approvals. This is good news for borrowers, many of whom have been waiting months for a formal determination that they qualify for a discharge. According to recent court filings by the department, student loan forgiveness approvals may have been about to peter out, however, at least temporarily. But a brand new legal development within the last week could actually lead to the opposite outcome, an acceleration in discharges for federal student loans. The roller coaster is due to a complex set of legal factors related to the current state of income-driven repayment, or IDR plans. IDR, which is an umbrella term that refers to multiple separate plans, allow borrowers to make payments on their federal student loans based on a formula applied to their income and family size, with any remaining balance eligible for forgiveness after a fixed repayment term, historically 20 to 25 years, or 25 years. The department had halted student loan forgiveness for multiple IDR plans last year, but recently started resuming processing, leading to thousands of approvals. Due to legal issues impacting IDR plans, and in particular the SAVE plan, it's not entirely clear where discharge processing for federal student loans is currently heading. But it could either slow down significantly or dramatically, they misspelled the word, expand. And then they go on about this. So, last year, the Education Department suspended student loan forgiveness for all IDR plans, including income contingent repayment, income-based repayment, and pay-as-you-earn. The department had argued that a court injunction directed at a fourth IDR program, the SAVE plan, had effectively prevented the department from processing loan forgiveness for eligible student loans under all IDR plans. Student loan forgiveness under SAVE has been blocked since 2024. After this legal position was challenged in court by the American Federation of Teachers in a nascent class action lawsuit, the department agreed last fall to resume student loan forgiveness processing. Initially, the department focused only on borrowers eligible for a discharge under the IBR plan, but subsequently agreed to expand discharges to include eligible student loans under ICR and PAY as well. Loan forgiveness under SAVE remained blocked. And then it goes on. But I'll add the link to the description. But damn it to hell, that took a big burden off of me. You know, if I were 40, or not 40 years younger, but 30 years younger, if things hadn't turned out the way they did in Reno, I would have had this sucker paid off long ago. But here I'm 71, and I would have had to work, you know, till I was in my 80s to get that thing finally paid off. And so I'm grateful that's done. And I don't know how that'll affect my credit score. I've heard that credit scores can dip a little bit and then bounce back because it's an old loan. But we'll see. We'll see what the heck happens here. But anyway, I thought I would share that little bit of good news. So that's it.